Hello, hello, hello. Uh, I don't have my mic. Like I lost it and I can't find it for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I should play uh SCP Containment Breach. It's a pretty good game. It's a little scary though. It's not that scary, but you know. Uh, yeah, I guess so. I'll play SCP Containment Breach. I'm also gonna make popcorn. 30 minutes or 15 minutes till lunch, so that'll be nice. Hmm. So what does it do? Okay, I'm just gonna check and see if all of this is working because I don't have my mic, so it's not that great. Hey, my voice is good. What about the game music or all that stuff? That's weird. I'm just trying to make it to the light chamber. I forget what it's called. It's where 049 spawns. Yeah, I'm also trying to get the Omni key card. I'll probably check up on the SpaceX stream once it starts, but for now, I'm just gonna play this. Nope. I'll probably just play the game normally. Who cares about an Omni keycard? I forgot if you put the med kit on fine or very fine. I also don't have the gas mask. We're about to find out. Let me do very fine first. Hmm. Oh, there's frost on the ship now. So that's nice. Strange bottle. Let me consume it. Oh, isn't that amazing? No, I'm not doing this. I'll put it on fine. Yeah, I'm a little sick too. I think I have the flu or something. Let me check up on SpaceX stream. No, it's not started yet. I don't know why I'm gonna use both. Game's scary. I don't like it. Oh, come on. I think I gotta go down. No, he's in there. I can't. I gotta find the right elevator. What's this room? Oh, they got the S-nav. Alright, let me turn down my gamma. Oh yeah, I know. 682. Oh, in a text. Okay. I'll check on the SpaceX stream in like 5 minutes. It won't work. That's weird. Now we're just like interconnecting halls. Okay, this is the lockdown I'm supposed to go through later. But first, I think I gotta go into the light, not the light room. I forgot what it's called. And it's 1049. Like 99% sure. This is another. Yeah. Shut it, buddy. No, 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 please. Where is he? He's supposed to spawn like right there. Hold on, my arm's getting tired. I'm not scared. Don't worry. Totally. But what is that noise? I think I'm just going in circles because this has to be the. Oh no, no, I'm not. This is good. What is that? Oh yeah, this is where I'm supposed to go. But then this is where it spawns 049. The surveillance room. I think I'm gonna pause for now and check on the SpaceX stream. Yep. Oh wow. Oh, just in time. I'll look at the T0 and see when I should start making my popcorn. Think I forgot. Is that the B-12 or the B-14 landing or catch? I mean,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Starbase, Texas, for the 11th flight test of the world's largest and most powerful reusable rocket, Starship. Today's flight marks our second reuse of a super heavy booster and what's expected to be the launch of the second generation vehicle.
yeah.
Here at SpaceX,
Jake Berkowitz is lead propulsion engineer on our SpaceX Raptor team. Today, we're coming to you live from Star Factory, just under 2 miles away from the rocket on the pad. Right
Cool.
outside of Milan, the crowd is starting to gather, and after liftoff, we expect that crowd to head back in to watch the rest of the launch.
It's at 30, not 15. I was delayed a little. Yep.
on the next generation of Starship. And we'll talk a little bit more about that upgraded rocket later in the program.
Starship.
It was.
It's a bunch of great data to learn from. We're looking at
Flight 10, we're again planning to deploy Starlink simulator satellites as well as test the limits of ship's heat shield during reentry. The controlled descent, flip maneuver, and soft splash in Indian.
I think they should launch a ship fully covered in tiles as like a control to see how it just does in general.
Dawson. Crazy thing, and for those of you keeping track, today
It was.
anniversary store first ever booster catch. That was booster 12. And even though
Talk a little bit more about that.
today, every time you launch a Starship, it's a big difference. All right, so buckle up because
Okay, I gotta fix my audio. Something's up with it.
all right. And Dan Hewitt joins us from over near Mississippi. Dan, how are things looking for launch today?
Hey Jake, hey Amanda, hey everybody. We're looking great. I can't go.
That's weird because it's not like
Starbase flight control team is on there. They're getting Starship and Super Heavy ready for liftoff. So as you can tell, when we look at the vehicle, shifter 0 a little. We're tracking to 6:23 p.m. Central Time.
23.
Into our window. All right. So as we noted, back in August, Flight 10, it did all the things. Did all the things we wanted it to do. Started off with Super Heavy, those 33 Raptor engines igniting, lifting off right at the top of its window at 6:30 p.m. Central Time.
I'll just put that up for now.
Do a successful ascent. Follow that up with hot staging.
I don't know what's wrong with my mic, or not my mic, my desktop.
So they pop off, completed its boost back burn, put it on the course towards that splashdown zone. It successfully did that landing burn when we intentionally.
Okay, I think I got it now.
During the final phase of that, used the backup engine, entered into its final hover, shut down the engines, and then splashed down into the water. Ship, meanwhile, completed full duration ascent burn, got to its planned velocity, successfully put it on that suborbital trajectory, and then it was on to the in-space stuff. That first in-space objective was
I think this should be good.
8 of those Starlink simulators were deployed. That was the first successful payload demonstration we've ever had from Starship. Each of these simulators, similar in size to the V3 Starlinks that we're going to be launching next year to add significant capacity and capability to the network. Then it was on to our second ever in-space relay of a Raptor engine. That's a key capability for when we're going to do deorbit burns on future orbital missions, and then when we're doing deep space maneuvers. Then on to the critical reentry phase, we're able to get data on the performance of that heat shield, the ship structure, push the envelope on it, using the flaps, got it down to the splashdown zone, did the landing flip, did the landing burn. Killer views from the recovery team, soft splashdown over in the Indian Ocean. We were just about 3 meters off of our target, so pretty much nailed
3 meters, 3 whole meters.
Tons of excitement here at Starbase.
I can't believe they were even off at all.
Still the early days. I mean, we're on flight 11 today. There's a lot more we're going to do to get full reusability, increase our launch cadence, eventually start sending missions to the moon and Mars. I mean, we've got thousands of launches to come. But for now, we're looking good for launch. Toss it back down to Amanda and Jake.
Awesome, thank you, Dan. Starship is the first orbital launch vehicle engineered to be fully reusable, just like a commercial airliner. In fact, to the end, we're actually reflying a Super Heavy booster
I'll play
for the
this
second time
audio
today. This booster last flew on
and
Flight
just
8.
play
So
the
let's just start
game.
with how powerful this rocket really is. When you stack Starship up against
Just
one
for
of the
now.
world's biggest airplanes, the 747, a single Raptor engine is actually double the thrust of all 4 airplane engines put together. So that means the Super Heavy over in the pad right now, with its 33 Raptors, is equal to the power of about 64 747s.
Yeah, that's just crazy, Amanda. The power this rocket generates
Yeah, I'm
is
just gonna
incredible.
play this.
To be specific, it's over 16.7 million pounds of thrust. Numbers almost incomprehensible, but it's just crazy. All right, to break it down, Starship is made of 2 parts. First is the Super Heavy booster, which is powered by 33 of those Raptor engines that run on liquid methane and liquid oxygen. And second is the Starship upper stage, powered by 6 Raptor engines. 3 are optimized for sea level performance, and 3 are for vacuum performance with that larger nozzle extension. All right, it's the Starship second stage that will one day carry cargo.
Now I gotta hide from
people
049.
to Mars and beyond.
The Super Heavy booster is designed to launch, separate, flip, and return to the launch
gonna
site
touch
where it can be
me.
caught by the chopsticks on the
That's
launch
what
tower.
049
However,
does.
as previously
He
noted,
touches
we
you
won't be
and
attempting one
infects
of those
you,
catches today.
and then you die from the
Starship, on the other
pestilence.
hand, re-enters the Earth's atmosphere at the conclusion of its mission, steering itself to a vertical landing or catch. And both stages are designed to return to Earth and fly again, making this the first rocket in history that will be fully reusable.
Yeah, and we cannot forget that between the 2 vehicles is the hot stage ring, a structure made of steel that allows the ship's engines to ignite while still attached to the booster, enabling a faster and more efficient stage separation. Right now, that hot stage ring is single use, but in the future, it will be built in directly to the V3 booster forward end.
And finally, the
I'm too scared to go down here. I know it's like actually just safer than
This includes
the
launch
regular
pads,
game,
tank farm, and the
but
launch
I'm
towers
still
which hold the
scared.
chopsticks that catch the super heavy booster and eventually will
I
also
don't know
catch
if I want
the
to play
ship.
this still.
Yeah, and to get us ready for launch today, we recently conducted another static test fire, basically where we fire up the engines to mimic a launch without actually launching. We're seeing the booster on the screen right now. It's a crucial milestone to let us know we're ready to go. And then here we're seeing ship. We did this
Yep.
for the second time on a retrofitted mount on pad 1. We had a full 9-second duration burn on all 6 engines.
I'm just gonna watch
You
this,
should
to be
also note
honest.
that today's
I'm
launch
too
on
scared to
pad
play
1
that.
is
I'm too
intended
much
to
of
be
a
the
little bit.
last launch on this pad in this configuration. As we head into the next generation Starship flight test program, we'll be modifying pad 1 to meet the demands of our future missions.
Yeah, and among many other things, we're installing a new orbital launch mount, a new flame trench system, and upgrading the chopsticks for future catches. So until that's complete, we'll be running operations from pad 2, which will be coming online very soon. All right, let's go over to Hawthorne, where Tyler is ready to talk a little Starlink.
Thank you, Jake and Amanda. My name is Tyler Lionquist, and I'm a Starlink business analyst here at SpaceX. Starlink is SpaceX's low Earth orbit, high-speed internet that's bringing connectivity both on Earth and in space. So, Starship is out.
It's funny how they just advertise Starlink every launch.
Powering those
I mean, I get it,
live shots of ship in orbit,
but it's
through
just so
re-entry, and
goofy.
then all the way down to splashdown in the Indian Ocean. Now, we've had
'Cause,
a
like,
couple of recent milestones that are worth
Starlink is
celebrating. Back
really
in September,
good.
we launched Starlink for its 300th time. And this summer, we surpassed 7 million active customers with service available across 150 countries and territories. We've come
Great.
a really long way since turning on service for our first paying customer in rural Idaho 5 years ago, back in October of 2020.
Maples are looking beautiful.
I'm Wendy Layer. I live in Sandpoint, Idaho, and we are the first Starlink customers.
With Starlink, we didn't have to compromise on where we live due to the lack of technology.
The minute they turned it on, we could stream a movie, we could video chat, we could play games on the
Starlink
internet
is just
without
like
a lot of lag.
Wi-Fi,
I
but
changed jobs
anywhere.
earlier this year, so now
I mean, because it
actually
comes
have
from
the ability to
space,
work remote.
not the ground, so even if you're in the middle of nowhere by no cell towers, Starlink will fly overhead, you know.
I like to bake, so I've been able to research recipes and try new things.
Good day, go for a walk.
Good day for a walk.
We can live very rural, and yet we are connected to anybody like in the city.
That's not a bad ad.
And I'm happy
still
to
poor.
report that Wendy and Sean are still
I'm not gonna get
customers
Starlink.
today. So in just over 5
I
years,
might
we've
when
added
I'm
dedicated
older, but I don't know
services
about
for
that right
aviation,
now.
Maritime, RVs, and rail, and have expanded our emergency response capabilities. We've activated high-quality internet for millions of people, including those that live in some of the most remote places on Earth. Starlink is enabling rural school districts, counties, and tribal governments to offer online access to education, telemedicine, and many other critical services, in some cases for the first time ever. And yet, a third of the planet continues to go without access to reliable high-speed internet, so there's a lot more work for us to do. But Starlink was designed from the very beginning to meet these needs. And as each new version of Starlink comes online, the constellation's capacity and performance increases significantly. The larger V3 satellites that will deploy from Starship will bring gigabit connectivity to users and are designed to add 60 terabits per second of downlink capacity to the Starlink network. That's more than 20
That's
times
pretty
the
big.
capacity added with every V2 mini launch on the Falcon 9. And then on the cellular front, last month, SpaceX announced a deal that provides Starlink with exclusive spectrum for its next generation direct-to-cell satellites, which will be capable of providing broadband service to cell phones globally. Starlink is the largest 4G coverage provider on Earth. Over 7 million people across 5 continents already rely on Starlink to connect their LTE phones to data, voice, video, and messaging, where terrestrial service is unavailable. So we're excited to have the opportunity to help close those coverage gaps and ultimately eliminate mobile dead zones around the world. So yeah, there's a lot happening with Starlink, and there's a lot more to come. So, let's head back to Amanda and Jake
just
at
bored.
Starbase to take us through today's flight profile.
I wish I could
Thank you
fast
so
forward
much,
like
Tyler.
17
So today's
minutes.
float profile, we're looking to get our second re-entry with this iteration of ship. And prior to every launch, we work closely with the FAA and international air traffic organizations to efficiently and safely integrate launch and re-entry operations into the airspace.
And we've got a special
Little
guest
visitor.
here.
Oh, they got Elon
We're
with them.
live.
What's up, guys?
Isn't that amazing?
Hi.
Hey. How's the webcam?
Good, we're live right now. Yeah, getting ready for Flight
Wanna say
11. How are you feeling for it?
Good. This is the first time that I'm going to be actually.
I don't think Elon's the greatest guy, but he's not Hitler, you
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
But now I'll be standing at the garden.
He's okay.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
it's really going to be much more visceral.
Yeah, you're gonna feel
Great
it.
place
It's
to
gonna
watch.
be, it's gonna be, it's gonna be awesome.
This whole thing?
We'll be in here this time, but usually we're out there watching. Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Good luck
Later.
and have
He's
fun.
trying to be the main character.
All right, so that was an exciting cameo there. But yeah, starting with liftoff, we'll get into the flight profile here. Super Heavy will ignite 33 engines, 24 of which are flight proven today. We'll power through
Not
ascent
bad,
at
24.
separation.
That's
We'll
a lot
shut down all but
compared
3
to-
engines. Stage 2 lights is Raptor
I think
engines will
it.
still
I
attach
don't
to
know how
Super
many it
Heavy.
was last
That is what we
time
call hot stage separation.
when they reflew
See a
Booster
directional booster
14.
flip, an engine, relight,
Hopefully,
or boost back.
they can actually
And
get
we'll
to
be
the
pushing
landing on this
to the
one,
splashdown in the
because you
Gulf
know
with V3
Booster
style landing
14
burn.
incinerated up in the
Meanwhile,
atmosphere.
ship will continue with its ascent burn to a suborbital trajectory, where it will attempt to deploy 8 Starlink simulator satellites. And we're also planning to relight a single Raptor engine. Then
Oh,
it's
yeah.
time for re-entry, where we're once again testing the limits of Starship's heat shield by intentionally removing tiles. The ship will also perform a pretty dynamic banking maneuver that mimics the path of a return to launch site for Ketch that will fly on a future mission. And if all that goes as planned, we'll conclude the test with a landing flip, burn, and soft water splashdown in the Indian Ocean. So definitely another action-packed flight profile, Dan.
This is planned to be the final launch of this version of Starship.
Yeah,
Version
say
number
bye
2.
to the orbital
right now,
launch
we're
ground.
actively building multiple next-generation V3 Starship and Super
Next
Heavy
launch will be
vehicles
from
in the
Tower
factory,
2,
kinda right
and then they'll
behind
get
us, so let's
back
take
to
a
Tower
minute and
1
nerd out a
launches
little
when
bit.
the
All
OLM
right.
is
So it's
replaced.
going to be launching from Pad 2, which is nearing completion down here at Starbase. Both the
Yep.
pad and the vehicles are going to roll in
Beautiful.
really significant changes. This is building on everything we've learned from all of these flight tests to make a vehicle
See,
that
that's
we're looking to
inaccurate,
mass
because the
produce.
next booster version
Starting with the Starship upper stage, which
on
is going to look pretty similar on the outside.
the
It's getting pretty much a complete overhaul under the
on
hood.
Tower 2 will
We're
be
getting major design changes to its propulsion
V3
system that's
booster,
going to accommodate that
which
new
will
version of
have
Raptor, which puts out higher thrust.
25
We're also getting
Raptors.
an energy
So that's an
storage
old
upgrades,
Raptor
tons of
pattern. They
avionics
messed up
changes,
that animation.
a lot of things that will enable longer duration missions.
See, the hot
One
stage
notable
ring's
thing
real
is start
different. They'll be
seeing
able to reuse
outside of
that
these
one.
new docking adapters, which we'll use when we bring 2 Starships together for propellant
They have
transfer.
docking
That
adapters
big core
already. Gee,
capability of Starship that we're
finally.
going to demonstrate next year. Bottom line, though, this is the Starship we're planning to use for all of our next major milestones: orbital missions, return to launch site and catch, reuse, propellant transfer, and then making our way to the
Landing
moon
and
and
catch will
Mars.
happen within the next
Now,
few
Super Heavy,
flights
we've
if they
shown
all
some of
go
this
as
off, some of
planned.
this hardware already coming out of
Oh,
the factory. It
that's
has upgrades like this.
center of a
redesigned
booster
heat
right
transfer
there.
tube. That thing's
It looks
roughly
like
the
a
same
spine.
size as the first stage of a Falcon 9 rocket. That channels all that cryogenic fuel down to
You know,
Super Heavy's 33
like,
engines. We made it bigger.
you see what I mean.
It's basically a rocket inside of a rocket that gives us a faster, more reliable flip and simultaneous engine startup. New booster are also going to have an integrated hot stage, a lot more vent
Yep.
area, and it's designed to be fully reusable. Pressure from those engine plumes gets vented out, mostly offset just by the pressure in the fuel tank. That is the top of the fuel tank. And then we add a non-structural layer of steel on the top that helps take all the heating. It's mapped to where all the high heating goes. Grid fins
Yep.
also getting a big change, going from 4
Three
down
grid
to
fins,
3.
and they're going to look
50%
different.
larger, though, much higher strength. They're also going to get used for vehicle lift and catch. That's only possible.
no
There's a
more
new
pins.
catch point addition on those grid fins. We've also kind of reclocked their position on the booster. That aligns them with the catch arms. Yeah, we got it right in the middle there. All right, and then powering it all, Raptor 3.
Raptor
Looks
3.
radically different, just straight up radical. Tons of major changes. It's coming in higher thrust, dramatic reduction in parts, tons of control
Beautiful.
mechanisms moved inside. Our McGregor team
Wow,
built some
look at
additional
that.
stands like
Look at
this
that.
one, which essentially is the bottom of a super heavy booster.
I'm gonna go
Lets
make
us do
my
gimbal or
popcorn now.
steering tests, so that's been really exciting to see. We've also been getting vacuum versions of Raptor 3 into test. The first flight engines are already in production and are about to start acceptance testing for Flight 12. So a lot of exciting changes coming, and we're getting ready to mass produce everything, including one of the really key contributors to that rapid reusability, the heat shield tiles. Let's move over to Tyler real quick in Hawthorne, who's got a really cool look at what's happening with tiles in Florida.
Thank you, Dan. Indeed, Starship's heat shield is the linchpin to full and rapid reusability. We can't launch, land, refuel, and launch again if we have to spend months refurbishing the heat shield after every launch, like they did in the Space Shuttle program. So, in a future where Starship is flying several times a day, many, many thousands of heat shield tiles will be required. So yeah, we need to get cooking on those tiles, which is exactly what's happening inside the fully automated bakery down at the Cape. In just 3 years, tile production at the bakery has surpassed the total number of tiles produced during the 30 years of the shuttle program. To go from the raw material to a finished tile, it takes about 40 hours. And today, the bakery is producing about 1,000 tiles a day. But it's set up to produce enough tiles for 10 ships per month, which is about 7,000 tiles a day, or a tile off the line every 13 seconds. So yeah, the bakery is well on its way to providing Starship with all the tiles for missions to Mars and beyond. And for today's flight, we've made a modification to the heat shield tiles. Dan, do you mind filling us in on what's being referred to as the Crunchwrap tile?
Absolutely. I always love to get to do a little show and tell. So we've got thousands of these heat shield tiles covering Starship. Now they're kind of all next to each other. There's a small gap in between all of them. You got to leave a little bit of space as that metal underneath will expand and contract. That way they don't crunch into each other and start breaking. However, that lets some of that plasma kind of seep through, and we see really high heating on the sides and then down on the metal. To help fix that, we have this, the crunch wrap that everyone has heard about. So we take essentially that's called Vulcan felt that we then wrap around. And so as these tiles are next to each other, you've got a small bit in between that's going to help offset that heating. It's just one of the ways we're continuing to iterate on this heat shield, getting towards rapid reusability. Hopefully it's going to help Starship live Moss. You know, everything is just going to get us to that end state of a fully and rapidly reusable vehicle. So pretty much the entire vehicle has those on it today. We've done this on multiple Starships previously, but this time, pretty much the whole vehicle has it, so that was special for today. All right, enough heat shield tiles. Let's go quick check-in on the pad. So if you did notice, we did shift our T0 just a little bit. We're now counting down to 6:23 and 41 seconds Central Time. We shifted a little bit as we were working to finish clearing the range. We are monitoring sea and airspace, both here over the Gulf and in our splashdown location over on the Indian Ocean. We were working with the FAA, a lot of other international agencies to coordinate all of this. Good news, range is currently green. We're able to get everything out of the way that we were tracking in the Gulf. So weather status, I don't even really need to do, not a cloud in the sky, beautiful day, no probability of violation for launch at this point. We're not currently tracking any issues on the vehicle or the pad. You can see our fill levels are getting up there. We're almost completely done with our propellant loading. We've gone through all of our checkouts so far this morning, aligning our guidance, navigation, and control system, getting vehicles ready for prop load, the farm. Everything has gone pretty smoothly so far. We got through our go, no go for prop load. That happens at T-minus 1 hour and 15 minutes. We've been loading fuel and blocks on board the ship since about 53 minutes before launch. Boosters started just about 10 minutes after that. We continue loading prop until just around 3 minutes before liftoff, and then at that point we'll be ready to go. So bottom line at the moment, we're looking real good. Again, 6:23 and 41 seconds Central Time is our target T0, so we're going to keep counting down.
Sounds like great news so far. Thank you, Dan. And we do say it repeatedly because it's important to understand, but these flight tests are all about the data. Data helps us build and fly faster until we're eventually ready to fly people and cargo at scale. Work here every day.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Amanda.
Awesome.
And our first missions to the Red Planet are just down the road, and we recently shared some exciting news. Starship cargo flights to the Martian surface for research, development, and exploratory missions
2026, right?
in 2030. And we
2030.
already have our first customer.
Yeah, exactly. Starship is open for business, and one of the first payloads will be provided by the Italian space
2030 seems a lot more feasible than
signed a first-of-its-kind agreement
2026.
to carry Italian experiments on the initial Starship missions that deliver customer payloads to Mars. In related news, Starship cargo flights to the surface of the moon for research, development, and exploratory missions will start in 2028. So a ton of Starship activity to look forward to, and if you'd like to learn more about our mission to making humanity multiplanetary, go ahead and visit spacex.com/Mars. Okay, now as we get closer to launch, development continues
I
down
have my
here at
popcorn.
Starbase, Texas,
This is
to
gonna be
shape this growing
peak.
city into a truly unique place to live and work. And part of being a city, particularly one surrounded by nature, is environmental stewardship. The nearby Boca Beach dunes have unfortunately been eroding at an alarming rate for some time, so SpaceX is teaming up with Cameron County and the city of Starbase to stop that erosion and
It was
hopefully preserve the
hilarious
beach
because
for
so
years.
many
Yeah, and as one of
environmental
its first
places were
permanent
so against
residents
Starship
and someone
launching
who's
from
actually called
here.
Starbase home
Like
for
it was
over
like
3 years
during
now,
the first
I can
and
tell you
second
the
launches, all that
totally
drama,
adds to the uniqueness and awesomeness of living here.
and they got so mad.
Starbase is truly unlike any other place on Earth. You know, where else can you see the world's biggest rocket every single day?
Yeah,
And then
Starbase is definitely the place
people
to
get
be,
mad about the
and we're
pollution
always
that
looking for
rockets
more
make.
people to come help build the
When
future of
a
spaceflight.
coal plant in
Yeah,
China
particularly engineers,
generates
especially for our propulsion
more
and
more
mechanical systems
CO2
here.
in a
You could be
day
working on
than
tests
every
just like
rocket
these
launch
ones,
ever
proving out the designs
in
of our next
history.
generation Super Heavy booster.
And
Fun
the
fact, we
greenhouse
actually
gas, the
tested the
main
booster to
greenhouse gas
13,400
released
tons
by
of thrust,
Methalox
which is more
rockets
than
like
the power of
Starship
3.5 Saturn
is,
V rockets.
believe
Which
it or
is just
not,
crazy.
water
We're
vapor.
also looking for
So
civil
it'll
and
just
structural engineers to help
kind of
literally build the
condense
future.
and rain.
Whether it's
I
buildings
mean,
like
it
the
does
Gigabays
release a
currently
bunch of
going up at
CO2. It's
both
actually more
Starbase and the
CO2 by
Cape,
weight,
each is a massive
but
vertical integration and
like
assembly facility
it
with over
moles
700,000 square feet
its
of
water vapor a lot more.
workspace. Both sites are currently in progress, actually going vertical as we speak. Or you could be designing the Starship launch sites of the future. There's really no shortage of future to build here. So visit spacex.com/careers to see all of our openings if you're interested.
I don't really want to work
Okay,
at
now
SpaceX
as
when
we
I'm
head into
older.
Terminal
I'm going to go to
all eyes are
college.
on the rocket.
I want to be
Dan,
like
how
a
we looking?
propulsion
Are we
engineer
green?
like that guy on the
Amanda,
left
we are so green.
at
Everything's still
Starbase.
looking really good. So we've got a green range, not tracking any blockers there
Right?
to launch. We're continuing to load prop on board the vehicle. We're just about to close out, so we'll close out.
The weather looks perfect. The blue skies.
Again, just about
Blue
3
skies.
minutes and 20 seconds before liftoff. We'll close out on ship, and then booster just about 30
Oh, yeah.
seconds later. And then you end
Go,
up with
go,
about
go.
11 million pounds
It's
of liquid
81 in
on board
Texas.
those
It's
two
like
stages.
40 here
After we're fully loaded on
in
the vehicle,
Illinois. Let me
the
check.
pad itself gets ready for launch. We do what's called pushbacks. We clear all that prop out of the lines in the tower.
Believe it or not,
and the feed
it's
system back into the tanks to get ready
It's
for launch.
67
And
degrees
then in the next
in
couple of
Illinois
minutes, we're
right
gonna do
now.
our final
Believe it or
GNC
not.
guidance, navigation, and
6-7.
control system alignment. We're going to arm the automatic flight safety system, and then we're going to do final kind of wiggle checks on the steering for the engines, which we might be able to catch a quick peek at as we get closer to those. If we need to hold, which we are not currently tracking a reason to, that would happen at T-minus 40 seconds. It's built into our countdown. We can pause and wait there for any final checkouts, anything that we need to hold for.
Once we pass that T-minus 40 seconds, a number of events will occur in rapid succession. The ground spin and ignition systems come up
I
to
can't
point
believe it's
pressure,
81
and
degrees
ship
in
switches to
Texas.
internal power. After that, the quick disconnect arm lockout is removed in
I
preparation
guess it's
for
normal when you're
retraction
further
shortly
south.
after T0.
I mean,
Now, once we pass T-minus 40
Starbase basically
seconds,
borders
if any problems
Mexico.
come up, we do still have the ability to recycle the
Like,
count under
you can
certain
watch
conditions back to T-minus
Starship
40
launch
seconds
from
and hold there to assess what
the
happened
Mexican
and
border.
then see if we can proceed again to liftoff.
Yep. However, once the water for the deflector system begins flowing at T-minus 10 seconds, any issue after that would be an automatic scrub for the day, as teams would need to refill the deflector's water tanks as well as the propellant storage tanks at the tank farm before making another attempt.
Hopefully they don't scrub today because I have lunch snacks.
All right, we are coming up on 3 minutes
Oh, yeah.
away from launch. You can see the frost line all the way up. We've just closed out
Ship
prop
38.
load, onto the ship. Booster coming up shortly. Yeah, in about 10 seconds we'll finish loading prop on the booster, and then again we'll have about 11 million pounds of that liquid oxygen, liquid methane on board the vehicles. Not currently tracking a reason to hold at T-minus 40. It can pop up at the last moment or after we pass that gate. We can always hang out there for a couple of minutes if we need to. We do have some extra time. We're not constantly topping off the propellant in these vehicles, so we have about a 7-8 minute window where we can wait for any final issues to clear. We're not currently tracking a reason to hold there. Again, our range continues to be green as we look at sea and airspace both out over the Gulf and in our reentry zone out in the Indian Ocean. All right, 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go. A lot of things on tap for Flight 11. Planned to be the last launch of this version of Starship and Super Heavy. Once again, we're really focused on getting ship over to reentry. Once we get to that phase, we're going to dive in. There's a lot of exciting stuff that's going to be happening on our way back through and down to the ground, hopefully out in the Indian Ocean. Minute 45.
Oh, yeah.
Should hopefully be seeing... There's a quick wiggle check.
Oh, yeah.
Checking out the thrust vector control, the steering on the booster. We use those inner 13 engines.
Can you believe one Raptor is like the size of 4 people? Not tall. Raptor is a little taller than a person.
And we'll do that one more time after we cross
Raptor's
that
huge.
40 gate.
And there are 33 of them.
All right,
and Raptors only like a tiny little section on this entire rocket.
Issues on vehicle or pad.
1 minute.
1 minute to go. As a reminder, we can hold at T-minus 40. We're not planning to.
My TV just sucks.
All right.
We are past the hold.
Let's listen in. Flight Director Ty Huntington back in the seat. Take us through the final seconds until launch.
Go for launch. Here we go. I'm doing 16, 15, 14, 13, 12,
10,
11,
9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, deluge,
2,
1, ignition, all 33.
We have liftoff. Go
Liftoff.
Go Starship. Thanks for all the historic flights, Pad 1.
Oh yeah.
Vehicles pitching down range.
Wow. I'm still dying to see a night launch. Hopefully Flight 12 is a night launch.
Booster and ship, nominal power and telemetry.
Not a single Raptor lost.
About 45 seconds into flight. We're still getting the rattle here at Star Factory. We are seeing 33 out of 33 Raptor engines lit on Super Heavy as it arcs across the Gulf. Coming up next on Max Q.
Thought Starship folded in half for a second. Oh my, I was gonna say, oh my god, no.
Max Q.
So at this point, we've passed through that period of maximum aerodynamic pressure. The next thing we're looking forward to is going to be hot staging. So we've got 33 out of 33 Raptors lit. Super Heavy makes its way uphill. Hot staging is going to be coming up in just a little over a minute. At that point, we're going to
apparently they're going to do a few more relight experiments.
But 3 of those Raptor engines on Super Heavy shut down. Our version of Miko. Most engines cut off instead of main engine. And then after that, we're going to release the clamps that are currently holding Starship to that hot stage adapter. It's then going to ignite its 6 Raptor engines to push it away from Super Heavy and then start making its flight uphill. So in about 30 seconds, we're going to see
contrary to popular belief,
Super Heavy. You'll see them kind of shut off.
That's not the curvature of the Earth.
Until we've just got those 3 center engines that never stop running for this process.
But Starship seems too low to see too much of a noticeable curve right now. We're about halfway to space.
MECO coming up in about 10 seconds. See the engines throttling down.
Yep.
Booster engine cut off.
MECO? Come on.
Ship ignition.
Oh. Come on. Yeah.
Stage separation. Boost back burn startup.
Wow. Oop. One Raptor is gone.
All right, successful hot staging maneuver. So we've got 12 of the
Not
13
bad.
engines lit back up on booster, so it's doing its boost back. Real excitingly, though, we've got 6 out of 6 Raptors lit on ship there, so it's now going to continue to make its ascent into outer space. Meanwhile, this boost back is happening. We're using those 13 engines, so everything, well, 12 out of the 13, and then we go down to 3, and then we're going to shut down for
We have shut down
the
all
end
the
of
boost back.
That's sending Super Heavy back towards its planned splashdown zone in the Gulf. Right after we finish this boost back burn, we're also
I want to see some booster cam
separate
views.
the
Come
hot
on.
stage.
I also want to see some ground views. I want to see an explosion. Why doesn't SpaceX ever show the explosion?
All right, there's the end of the boost back burn.
Yep.
We should be seeing.
Well, I mean, we have booster cam views. Oh, hot stage. Awesome.
So the hot stage separates. It's going to make its way down, also splash down in the Gulf. In the meantime, though, these 6 ship Raptors are going to continue firing for about 5 more minutes. Next up for the booster, though, is going to be its landing burn. There's a cool tracking shot. We dumped some of the prop out on our way back in.
That's awesome. Look at that. The hot stage ring. See it right there.
All right, so for booster, this is one of the main things we're trying to get is going to be this landing burn. Oh, that's...
Yep.
So you can
Booster
see the
14 failed the landing burn.
kind of making its way towards the left side, so that's the bottom of the booster. It's about to pass right in front of where you can see some of that prop dump happening. They look like they're close together, but there's a good amount of distance between them, and the hot stage will go down and splash down in the Gulf while the booster comes back for its landing burn.
Shiny. It's like a shiny manhole cover.
Starship is on nominal trajectory.
You know.
All right. Looking good on our trajectory, looking good on everything. Jake and Amanda, you guys with me down there?
Yeah, definitely. The crowd is gathering over here in the office. You can definitely feel the energy in here. Great to see that booster is making its way down to the splashdown zone in the Gulf.
Yeah, the shaking down here was absolutely nuts. The windows are still there, still intact. So that was
you can see the
awesome.
distance between the hot stage ring.
Yeah, booster's coming down. We're at about 30 kilometers.
Great distance.
All right, yeah, and as we approach that landing, just like tower catches, we will be doing a 13-engine landing burn to slow down. This time it will be in a V3 configuration. And as we're starting to get into the denser part of the atmosphere, the booster is using 4 hypersonic grid fins to guide itself through atmospheric entry towards its landing site.
Look at that
We're
glow.
just about 20 seconds away from landing burn start, where we'll first ignite the center 13 engines, then bring that down to 5 to slow down the booster for landing. And finally, that will come down to 3, and we'll cut all of them off while we're still about 200 meters in the air. So
landing burn, ground views. All right, whoa. Now why do we have 5 Raptors? Oh.
Booster landing burn shut down.
We did it. Finally.
Yeah, we heard it. Booster landing burn shut down.
Finally.
We saw a 13 to 5
and
to 3 V3 demonstration. And into the water we go. Wow. That was absolutely awesome.
Incredible.
If you can even hear us right now, congrats to the whole SpaceX team. So far, so good for today. That was incredible.
A Victorian child would have a stroke watching this.
All right, great stuff, guys. I'm jealous of the crowd. All right, back to ship. Ship's still making its way. We've got a little under 2 minutes left in this ascent burn, so we've got all 6 Raptor engines still firing. So the next major milestone we're going to be looking for is SECO. That's our second stage engine cutoff. That's should be coming right at about 8 minutes and 58 seconds into flight. So we've got about a minute 20 still to go.
Minute 20.
Really cool to see Booster go through that landing burn. That was one of our really key demonstrations we wanted to try and do today. That's mimicking what we're going to be hopefully doing. Oh, we just got our sonic boom, sounds like, from the booster coming back.
Whoa! What is happening to the ship cameras?
Less than a minute to go.
You can see the sun in the background.
The
a slight curve on the Earth.
Vacuum-optimized engines shut down first, and then we'll shut down those 3 center engines. So we should be a little under a minute until SECO. Just a reminder, this is putting us into a suborbital trajectory, so we're intentionally just going slow enough that we're not going to achieve full orbit. This puts us on a course where
make the orbit
shut off, and no matter what, we're coming back.
Starship is in terminal guidance.
In the Indian Ocean. All right, terminal guidance. So we should start seeing the shutdowns come up in just a couple seconds. Less than 30 seconds to go.
Stop.
This ship is scent burn.
Oops. Let's go.
All right, RVACs have shut off. 3 more to go.
Ship engine cut off.
Let's go. We're in orbit. It's basically orbit. Just barely not orbit.
All right. All ship Raptors have shut
nominal
down.
Orbit insertion.
You just heard nominal orbital insertion, so we are on the path that we wanted to be. So we've got a ship back in space, a whole lot planned for it, lots more still to come. Great seeing Super Heavy make its way to the water.
Amazing.
But I'm excited to see what ship can do in space.
It's going to be wild till re-entry, though. I could play SCP Containment Breach again. Why do they have tiles on the backside?
Yeah, if you could hear the crowd behind us this whole time, people are definitely happy with how the day's been panning out so far. Definitely exciting to see Starship safely in space, and super pumped to see all the team's hard work in action here today.
Incredible.
Yeah, and we guaranteed it at the start of the show.
It's
been an awesome day.
Why is that rear flap a little crispy?
All this has happened in just 10 minutes.
What is that? What is happening?
Including that V3 style landing burn. So now
I think it's just venting.
Eyes are on the ship as we get ready for our in-space objectives. But we've got a few minutes until that next milestone, so sit tight, enjoy the views, enjoy the space jams. We'll be back at T plus 16 minutes for payload deploy.
16 minutes. I'm just texting right now. Nice views. We're about to go into night, so it'll get real dark. Sun's almost down. I want to see the moment the sun disappears. It's getting more orange. It's kind of going out of frame. Can't really tell too much. It's like a sunset in space. Just before it goes completely dark. I don't know if I should go to SCP Containment Breach. I'll keep this audio up. Views by Starlink. I low-key forgot how to navigate this place. Let me watch a tutorial real quick. I forgot where to go. Let me go back to Starship views, obviously. Let me see if I can grab the night vision goggles. Just like grab them and run back.
Okay, so I'm going to go up. This part. So you want to do is tap some gas mask into it. Go back out. You don't have to go through this part. You don't want to. You don't have to. But the more you play it, the better you will get. So you can just go through like this. So you want to move it here and grab one of your bubbles. Move it this way. You don't want to if you're not comfortable, but the more you play it, the better you will get. So you can just go through like this. So you want to go here and grab. So you can just sprint through like this. So you want to come over.
I don't have the super gas mask. I only have the regular gas mask. Let me see if I can do it without the super gas mask. Oh crap. Uh-oh. Whoopsie. I can't run. It's kind of nice how SCP Containment Breach isn't the end of the world when you die, because everything is recontained. But if you exit, 682 escapes, and then it is the end of the world.
Alright, welcome back, everybody. If you're just now joining us, where the heck were you?
Well,
but we are
click and
getting
pause.
ready for payload deploy. That's going to start once we get the payload door open. That should be happening, or at least starting, within the next minute or so. It's been a really cool flight so far. Quick look inside the payload. We've got 8 Starlink simulators getting ready to make their way into outer space. But great flight so far. Booster able to make it all the way to its splashdown and landing burn experiment, so that was really exciting to see. We got ship on orbit, nominal orbital insertion, so right in the money with its trajectory. Now we're ready to start tackling a couple of in-space objectives. So next up, we are currently venting down the nose cone, essentially the payload area of Starship, as we get ready to open up this payload door. We
It's
were
like a
able to do
movie.
this successfully for the
If you're a
very
normal
first
person,
time,
it's a super boring movie,
on
but I
our
love this
last
movie.
flight, on Flight 10.
Whoop,
Ooh.
door's opening.
Hal got ahead of me. Looks like he's opening up the payload door already.
Let's go. Oh, let's see external deployment views. We only got internal. Oh, so this will be cool. Definitely get external views.
All right, looks
Yeah, it's
like
open.
we got the door open.
Oh yeah. Hopefully it doesn't bounce off the top this time.
All right, so payload doors open. Next up, gonna be to start deploying these Starlink simulators.
Oops.
They are roughly the same size as the V3 Starlink satellites that Starship's going to be carrying. That's going to add some pretty crazy capacity. We'll run through the numbers in a little bit. We were able to do this for the very first time ever on our last flight, and so this will be another test. We made a couple of tweaks to the rails for deploying this based off of what we saw last time. But excited to see these get out the door. Our next iteration of Starship's also going to have a more powerful PEZ. It's going to deploy these at a little bit faster speed, but looking to see our next demonstration of this. Hopefully in the next couple of seconds, we should start seeing them move out the door.
All right, let's see this.
I mean, that view on your left, so you're basically, that would be if you were sitting at the very top of the nose cone looking down. So there's kind of a short stack. There's 4 on either side, so 8 total. When we start flying Starlinks, for their actual deploy missions, we're going to be carrying stacks of about 60. So much larger stack once we start flying these operationally, but still doing a little bit of a short just for this payload deployed today.
Come on. I'm not seeing anything. They are.
Looks like we got a little bit of movement there, Dan.
Oh, I see it.
Coax it out.
Oh,
get it moving, Jake.
Let's go. And they shut off the external view. What the heck?
Going out.
Come on. It's gonna stuck there.
All right, first one's deployed. Getting ready for the second one here. We do a little reset back to the center position.
Yeah, it takes about a minute for each one.
Next one.
Looks real smooth too. They made a couple of tweaks to those rails. If you
real good.
The last ones, it had a couple of bumps on the way out, but moving out super clean this time.
Yeah, and as noted earlier in the show, but definitely worth repeating, Starship will deploy Starlink's more advanced V3 satellites, adding 60 terabits per second of capacity to the network per launch. So that's 20 times more than each Falcon 9 launch does today. Just incredible.
Oh.
Yeah, and anybody that's been following Starship, you know, Starlink's kind of the MVP for these flight tests, where it's not only giving us the views we're seeing right now, but also just real-time data through every phase of flight.
I want to see external views, man.
A couple dozen cameras on Starship. We've also got a bunch of cameras spread across the globe, including out in the Indian Ocean, where we've got our fun buoys floating. There goes another one.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, we're using Starlink to bring all of this together.
I'm so mad that they cut off the external view. I wanted to see that.
Our great team down here at Starbase, all connected. So Starlink not only giving us cool views off the planet, but also on the planet, help bring everybody along for all these Starship flights.
Oh, top view.
I think that's number 4. Somebody check my math.
I think we have 1 left or 2 left. I can't tell. I'm a little special. No, I think it's 2.
Yeah, we've got 4 Starlink terminals on the outside of Starship. He uses that to talk to the constellation, and through that, we actually get about 120 megabits.
Might be 3 actually.
Real-time HD video.
Or 2. I don't know, man.
Just kind of giving us these cool views inside, but it's giving all that engineering data in real time, including re-entry when normally a plasma layer builds up and blocks you out. Starlink, powerful enough of a frequency that we're able to kind of punch through that and still get that live view.
My hands are so greasy from this popcorn. Kind of like rinsing it with the water. I think they're not as greasy anymore.
All right, next one out the door.
Next one. Let's go. Oh, finally.
There we go.
You can't see much, actually.
Alright, yeah,
They were a
Starlink
little
is the
lit up
world's largest satellite
earlier, but now it's
constellation
just in the complete
operating in
dark.
low Earth orbit to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband internet. This provides internet access to people around the world, many of who have never had connectivity before. Oh.
Let's go!
Today, Starlink serves more than 150 countries, territories, and other markets, with over 7 million active customers and counting. To meet the global growing demand for high-speed internet, SpaceX expanded its factory over in Bastrop, Texas, which is just outside of Austin.
We can make it through re-entry. We've already gone
version of the Starlink standard kit.
further than last flight.
Yeah, and one thing to note about this satellite deploy is that they will be following the same suborbital trajectory of the ship. So these dummy sats will not be going in orbit. We do expect them to burn up on re-entry.
All right, couple more to go. I promise one of these days we'll deploy in daylight. But we're basically trading deploy in the dark so we get those re-entry views for the daytime.
All right.
All right, I think we got one more to go.
Wow. That was the last.
Alright, now with payload deploy complete, Starship will now close its payload door and continue to coast around Earth to the Indian Ocean. We still have a ton of major events to come today, including Raptor Relight at about T plus 37 minutes. That will be followed by atmospheric reentry and splashdown. So with that, we're going to go on another quick coast.
Yep, we're gonna go into another coast phase. What's that guy out doing with his tongue out? Hold on, let me. Let's go back a
Followed
little.
by atmospheric reentry and splash. We're going to go on another quick coast.
I gotta take a picture of this. Yo.
All right, with that payload door closed in just a few minutes for Raptor.
Okay, so how long is this next coast phase? I forgot. It seems pretty long. Because they gotta go way past there to get to the Indian Ocean. That's like the Indian Ocean, like a little sliver of it. Let me try containment breach again. Oh. What is 049 doing? Is 049 getting freaky? Ah! He's gonna kill me! I can't sprint! No! I shouldn't waste all my sprint. I should wait for him to, like, pass. Keep just gonna wait for him to pass so I can oh, I gotta plug in. Hold on. Music stopped. But no, it's back. Please don't hurt me. Oh. Oh, yo, what? What? Why did he, like, spawn in the elevator? I'm on safe mode. That's so weird. That's weird. I should just like turn around and look at him, and hopefully that prevents my death. Or am I like just cooked? So I'm just gonna turn around and blink, and then when he spawns right in front of me for some reason. What, now he's not there? Shut it. Okay, so this is like the furthest I've ever gotten in this game. I'm just gonna pause it for now. Cause I know 049 isn't too far. I know down there is safe, but 106 is eventually gonna start spawning, and I don't have that gas mask SCP that'll stop them. I'm kind of contemplating if I should go back and get to that one SCP and turn it into a super gas mask or not. I don't want to navigate all around the map, especially with 049 spawning now.
Alright, welcome back everyone.
Alright.
If you're just joining us, you did miss some exciting stuff because Starship successfully deployed its second ever payload, 8 Starlink simulator satellites. And now we're expecting the relight of a single sea-level Raptor engine in space coming up here just after T plus 37 minutes. So about a minute left to go.
Yep, just a little while. I think we're tracking to 37 in around 49 seconds or so. So we should be just about a minute and a half where, again, as Amanda just said, we're going to relight one of those center engines. This will be the third time that we've tried this. We did it successfully back on Flight 10, and then we did it for the very first time back on Flight 6. This is not a deorbit burn. This is demonstrating essentially all of the systems you would need to do a deorbit burn. So that's obviously your Raptor engine, and then also your header tanks, your smaller tanks in the nose cone, where we have liquid oxygen, liquid methane in a smaller, more easily pressurized container, which we can use for
relight. Let's go, buddy.
We're also going to tap into those when we do our landing burn. So this will be a critical capability. Once we go to full orbital missions, you'll have to do a deorbit burn to break out of orbit, send it back down to Earth. But in this instance, we're already on our way back down towards Earth. So this is just going to demonstrate the capability of turning one of these engines on. We should be coming up in just about 20 seconds or so.
20 seconds.
Looking for one of those Raptor engines to turn back on. They've been off since we completed that successful ascent burn almost 30 minutes ago.
There's some beef in a group chat I'm in right now. I'm not gonna share any. Oh, come on, Raptors have.
And shut down.
All right, ignition. And he said shut down. All right.
Raptor relay.
Let's go.
Looks like engine 3 full duration. As Dan mentioned, that's a third attempt, and we just did it 3 times in a row. So congrats to the team, the ship Raptor team. And then there we heard nominal second orbital insertion. All right, so congrats everyone on the milestone. That was awesome to see. We're 3 for 3. We're gonna take another break, and we'll be back for re-entry at about T plus 45 minutes. We'll see you soon.
Re-entry should happen or come up soon. I mean, like soon, in like 20 minutes or so. I don't know.
Starship is slewing for entry.
See the clouds. Woo. I can't tell if that's re-entry heating. It's not yet. We're still at 119 kilometers. It's still pretty far.
Starship is approaching entry interface.
I think that could be some sort of re-entry glow. Because, I mean, there is subtle atmosphere above the Kármán line. Oops. Yep, this is for real re-entry heating. I wish we could get re-entry audio. I know there isn't much audio this high up because the atmosphere is so thin, but there's bound to be audio in the lower
welcome back,
atmosphere.
everyone. The ship is currently re-entering Earth's atmosphere. As a reminder, we don't plan to recover the spacecraft today, but rapid and reliable reusability is the ultimate goal.
Yeah, the light show has already begun. You can see plasma starting to build on the windward side of the rocket there. And, you know, re-entry is a critical phase of flight, and we need information on how the ship's systems perform. Re-entry is also extremely demanding portion of flight because we need the ship to scrub off all of the energy we used to launch the rocket. So remember the 33 engines plus the 6 engines on ship that we used to get up into space, we now are using aerobraking essentially to scrub off all that energy. And of course, Starlink is a big part of this, giving us the views we have right now, and also letting us gather as much data as possible, which again is really the main reason why we do these flights. And the view we have right now is actually a really good example. As we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, we have some tiles on the leeward side of the flaps here, and we have some different mechanisms, some stud out, basically to see if these tiles will hang on. And you know, we can see already here, it looks like we kept most of them, but I think I see a couple there that are no longer there. So the thermal team is definitely going to be digging into that and taking that data to help us iterate on V3. So yeah, Starlink provides us with one more path to collect data and help us rapidly iterate Starship's design.
And if the ship does manage to make it all the way to re-entry, we'll collect valuable data on the spacecraft flying through the Earth's atmosphere at hypersonic speeds, or more than 5 times the speed of sound. Re-entry is typically a portion of flight where we don't have communications with spacecraft because it's re-entering at or around orbital velocity, which is roughly 8 kilometers per second or 5 miles per second. At those insanely high speeds, the spacecraft moving through the atmosphere creates a plasma field around the vehicle.
Yeah, and that blanket of plasma distorts communication frequencies, so it's not uncommon to experience
88 kilometers.
All right, so big picture here, Starship is designed to land on Mars where there are no runways or other humans to help out. So that means we need to do a propulsive landing instead of a more traditional means like parachutes, which is what our Dragon spacecraft uses, or a runway like the Space Shuttle. Propulsive landing enables more rapid reusability.
Now, as the ship makes its way back to Earth, we should start hearing some callouts when we hear entry max heating and entry max Q. That means the ship has made it through the maximum heating and aerodynamic loads it will experience as it returns. So if it makes it through all of those, that's a pretty good sign that we're doing well.
Yeah, and we heard flaps have control of the vehicle now. Okay, there's a great shot there. You're starting to see the
Look at that plume. That plasma.
So we will hear a call out when the ship is transonic and then subsonic. Transonic refers to the period of flight where the velocities of airflows surrounding and flowing past the vehicle are concurrently below, at, and above the speed of sound, somewhere in the range of Mach 0.8 to 1.2. All right, a lot of numbers coming up here, but for reference, commercial jets have a range of cruising speeds, but most fly around Mach 0.74 to Mach 0.85, which is 480 to 575 miles per hour, or 770 to 930 kilometers per hour. Right now, we're going a little over 26,000 kilometers per hour. So compare that to the airplane at 930. It's like pretty crazy how fast we're going here. All right, and after we hear the call out that Starship is transonic, we should hear the call out that Starship is subsonic. Subsonic, of course, refers to the speed that is much less than the speed of sound. So at that point, the ship's velocity will be starting to slow down, and we'll be looking a little bit more like some of our suborbital flights from, at this point, almost 5 years ago.
Yeah, so re-entry so far is looking pretty good. You can see that plasma field. Also, again, with those missing tile experiments, especially, we're putting the ship through a lot today, but things are looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, we're looking good. I do want to remind people that we are pushing ship to the limits. We've done a lot of these missing tile tests. We did it back on Flight 10. Every time we do it, we throw something new and the ship makes it through. This time, we're really pushing it. We've removed these tiles in some of the spots that see the highest level of heating. And we remove tiles that have zero backup protection underneath. So there's essentially just bare steel.
Also, I think there.
On the heat of re-entry.
I think during
so do not be surprised
splashdown
if this
for the
is
relay.
not a
I don't
very
think it'll be
smooth
orange
flight
this
on our
time.
way down. But again, this is intentional. We are trying to find what are the limits for a ship. How resilient are we to these different issues that could pop up? If we lose a tile anywhere in the vehicle, we want to know what that ultimate impact is going to be. So we've got a couple missing. We had a bunch pulled over the primary fuel, the LOX tanks, everything. This one, we've got a tile missing right on top. So that's going to see some of the highest temperatures during this re-entry, and there's just bare steel right underneath it. So we're going to see if Starship's robust enough to pull through that. Also have some tiles missing around the aft flaps, specifically on the leading edge. So again, we're getting a really good look right at the leading edge. That's getting really intense heating. So again, gonna see if it can make it through. See if all the flaps hold on, see if Starship holds together. But definitely could be a bumpy ride, but this is why we're flying. This is why we're flying in this part of the world. This is why we're putting Starship through these flight tests to really understand what its limits are. So we can then move on to the next thing, which is gonna be bringing ships back to the launch site for a catch. But for now, still on this suborbital, the light show continuing.
Oh yeah.
Keep following in. I think we got about 15 minutes
We're
until
slowing down.
splashdown.
Yeah, Dan, it looks, you can see our speed our speed indicator in the bottom left there. It looks like we're starting to scrub off velocity a little bit quicker.
Yep.
Ship is entering the peak heating phase of flight.
Looks like we
Wow,
see some clouds
moving
down
real
there
fast
as we pass through 70 kilometers altitude.
Yeah, the sun's starting to come up again. Ooh, there we go.
There we go.
Wow. Look at that. It's so bright. Jeez.
Skirt is intact so far this time. If you watch Flight 10, you saw we entered with a little bit missing. That was ultimately traced to a little bit of buildup. We dumped prop on the way. We had a little bit of solid propellant buildup, and then either static discharge or the plasma ignited it, took out a tiny bit of that skirt, some of the aft flaps, but Starship, again, was able to fight through it, make it all the way to that landing burn. We addressed that, changed some of our prop dump con-ups, though, so should not be seeing that this time around. And as a reminder, in addition to these missing tile tests, we're doing kind of a unique flight on the way in, it's going to do what we call a banking maneuver. So while we're still going supersonic and even hypersonic, we're doing kind of a banking turn, and then we'll do a pretty aggressive turn right as we get into the subsonic and start doing our belly flop. And that's designed to essentially be the approach that we would do on a return to launch site and the tower catch. So don't be surprised if we see the ship start to turn and make a few maneuvers as it makes its way down to the Indian. And fun fact, even though we're doing all this turning, we're essentially targeting the exact same spot in the Indian Ocean we went to last time.
Wow. Is there another camera, or is like the ship fully on its side?
All right, just about
No, it's
12
normal.
minutes to go. Still looking good. That gives a pretty good view of those aft flaps where, again, on the leading edge, I think it might be on the one on the other side, we had some tiles removed with no backups behind it. So again, we're really trying to stress some of the most sensitive areas around Starship, where basically if you lose a tile, it's the worst possible spot. And
I don't think I've seen like anything go wrong during this re-entry. I haven't really been paying attention too much though either.
This vehicle is.
About to finish up my popcorn.
Yeah, that shot we just had earlier was looking at what we call the business end of Starship with all the Raptor engines. And those are the engines that we're going to be expecting to light for that flip and landing burn, hopefully in about 10 minutes. Once we get through re-entry. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, looking at E3, that's the one we did the relight on. So it's 2 for 2 so far. We'll see if it can go 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Kind of wondering why there's like a stub
here.
here.
To bleed off under 20,000 kilometers an hour. Ship still holding together.
Yeah, and if you look in the bottom right, looks like we've made it all the way to the Indian Ocean. We're coming up kind of near Australia, the west side of Australia there, so pretty crazy. We're only 56 minutes in, and we've made it all the way, halfway around the world. It's actually a good demonstration of a future capability we hope to have on Starship, where we will do point-to-point transport on Earth. So essentially travel anywhere in the world in about an hour or so, which is going to be pretty crazy. Imagine going from New York to Sydney in 1 hour instead of the 20 hours it takes currently.
And a reminder, so this camera is, we see
lots of fire.
The heat rate picking
Seems
up
like
a little bit.
Fire rather than plasma.
And this camera is embedded right in the end of one of those forward flaps, so you see it moving around. That's the flap adjusting to maintain control. Looks like we're getting into our bank maneuver.
Nope, we're banking. Wow. I mean, I guess I get that's what they're supposed to do, but it's so weird seeing it. Because it almost looks like we're out of control, but it's completely normal.
Vehicle is now at maximum dynamic pressure.
Max Q. Don't snap in half. You see a little warping at the top? The rear tiles got like no damage. I can't tell forward tiles or the flaps. Is what I mean.
Aerodynamic stress that it's going to see during re-entry, we just passed through it, so we're past that. We're past peak heating. Ship's still holding together. So we're currently in this bank maneuver. We're going to see it kind of roll over and do a pretty significant shift as we get down closer to the subsonic speeds.
Yeah, and that bank maneuver that Dan's mentioning is...
We didn't have a little explosion like last time, so that's real good.
...for return to launch site missions. So in the near future, we're hoping to return the ship back to the same pad we just took off on 59 minutes ago, and we've got to do some of these pretty dynamic bankings to make that trajectory work out.
What if the flip maneuver, like, for whatever reason, happens during re-entry?
Starting to move into the lower parts of the atmosphere. We should hit transonic, so hitting that transition between moving faster than the speed of sound and below the speed of sound in just about 3.5 minutes. Our landing burn should happen right around an hour and 6 minutes after launch, so we should be just about 6 minutes away from that.
1,234 kilometers an hour is subsonic. Or Mach 1, I guess.
Out there and
but it's basically subsonic after that, because your speed's decreasing so much.
It's like they
Awesome views of the ocean. I want to see the ship.
Ready and waiting. Let's go.
Dan, you just spoke that view into existence there.
Yes, he did.
And again, all brought to us by Starlink.
Maneuver has started.
What maneuver? I didn't hear the British guy.
So we're now starting into our really heavy bank maneuver.
Oh, we're doing another bank.
And this does almost like a half circle loop to our actual trajectory. We're heading to the same exact splashdown point, but we're kind of doing a more roundabout way to get there.
I can see, like, from the clouds, they're twisting.
Long half moon loop, and then a really aggressive kind of twist right at the very end, and that would line us up with the launch tower.
I can see that they're rotating
Starship
from the clouds at the bottom.
Fly over the tower, do a quick landing burn flip, and then come down for catching the arms.
Still supersonic. We're at like Mach 4. Or 5. I don't know. I don't know my
Mach.
Mach.
That S38 decal there staying strong on that view we just had.
44, 48. We're like Mach 5.
Back on.
Yeah.
Or 6.
All right, should be hitting transonic in about 2.5 minutes. Landing flip coming up in about 4. Pretty clouds there in the Indian Ocean today. Again, yeah, we changed our launch times. We launch in the evening now, so we get these daytime views down in the Indian Ocean. One of the things we're really looking for, the reason we have the drone, other than, yeah, that looks really cool, is we're able to kind of see the ship. We can only see so much from these cameras. You can't see like the vast majority of the heat shield. So
you can't see the tiles or anything.
There, we've got there's
spoken like again, Dan. There it is.
They're playing with me in the control room. All right. But we have these buoys out there. We have these drones that we're trying to see.
The seas were like way calmer
externally how the heat shield held up. Everybody saw from Flight 10 it had a little bit of a paint job, a little bit of a reddish hue. That was from those metallic tiles that we had tested.
Yeah, no more metallic tiles.
Oxidizing really rapidly in that plasma and then spreading those little oxide particles all over the heat shield. No metal tiles on this flight, so not expecting to see that.
Wow!
Pressure is coming down.
Look at that bank! Holy crap! Wow.
Hope nobody gets seasick.
It's like pulling like 20 Gs, like a fighter jet. Oh, I didn't pay attention to the...
Alright, coming up
down there.
On transonic shortly. It's about 2.5 minutes of landing burn.
Yeah, and once we get to around the 15-kilometer altitude
kinda like-
mark,
yeah,
that's
we're
where we have
subsonic.
a lot of flight history
Starship
from
is
those suborbital
transonic,
flights.
starting the belly flop phase of flight.
Yep, that belly flop
Cool.
phase
Let's
we
go.
perfected in the suborbital
Tiles
campaigns.
are shredding
We're
off.
entering that now.
That's insane. That maneuver was that was so crazy. I cannot believe that. It's so cool. Oh look, there's a little flap down there. Down there.
Right, sorry to get those Raptors ready. Should be 2 minutes away from.
Oh, there's one down there
Again,
too.
we're gonna do a flip.
Here
After we ignite
and
those
down
engines,
there.
we'll go from 3 down to 2 for the final phase of the landing burn and look for another soft splashdown. Hopefully by our buoy and drone, which are hanging out, ready and waiting for a ship.
We should have a camera on the buoy facing almost directly upward. They probably do. They just don't show us. Oh, some stuff's falling off.
Seeing all 3 center engines have entered the chill phase.
Why is Starship like rocking back and forth, left and right? I don't know how normal that is. Hopefully it is. Stuff shredding off.
All right, less than a minute to go.
The ship is making its turn for final approach.
Oh, that is normal. Wow, I
Here's
can't
this
believe the
kind of
ship could just
aggressive
do that.
Final turn.
I thought the flaps
That
could
would
really only
essentially
control
position it
attitude.
So it's right behind the launch and catch tower.
Wow. That is insane. Hopefully they show the explosion. I doubt it. They never show the explosion.
Flaps holding strong.
Yep.
Landing burn in just under 20 seconds.
Come on, baby. There's the buoy.
Ship landing startup.
It'll go through those clouds. Ignition.
There's our
Flip.
landing burn.
Oh, yeah.
3 down to 2.
Starship has landed.
Oh, that buoy cam sucks. That was a lot farther off target, I think. Yep, there's the explosion. They showed it, sort of.
As we said, we're not planning on recovering the ship today. Hey, welcome back to Earth, Starship.
Yep.
We are down in the Indian Ocean. Let him hear it, Starbase. What a day.
What a flight.
Oh. All right. Welcome back to Earth, ship. What a day. A whole lot more to go through. As you just saw, everybody here at Starbase pretty hyped. Hey, Tyler, out of Hawthorne, how's everybody holding up?
Thank you, Dan. We had a fantastic time watching. It was another
Incredible.
exciting Starship flight test in the books, and we hope that you enjoyed those Starlink views too. So congratulations to the team at Starbase and everyone here and around the company. So many employees contribute to the Starship program as we continue to iterate and make progress towards a multi-planetary future. So that wraps it up for us here in Hawthorne. Thank you for tuning in, and back to you guys.
Yeah, what an incredible launch today. We had successful liftoff. Booster completed its objective.
Dylan Latham in the background.
Over in the Gulf. Obviously, we saw another amazing Starlink deploy as well from ship.
Yeah, we made it through that re-entry, testing all the different experience. We had missing tiles, gave us quite the light show. We had that Raptor relight, 3 for 3. That was ahead of re-entry, of course. And then that awesome splashdown that we just saw, including that dynamic banking maneuver to simulate RTLS when we returned to the launch site. So yeah, we promised maximum excitement, and Starship delivered.
Definitely.
Congrats to all our teammates at SpaceX and to everyone who's supporting the Starship program. And thank you to all our future customers for your support.
We'd also like to thank the fine people of Cameron County, including the residents of its newest city, Starbase, as well as the Coast Guard, the Federal Aviation Administration, the Government of Mexico, and the Australian Space Agency.
Yeah, be sure to
Awesome.
follow SpaceX on X for updates and about more of the exciting views we didn't get to feature on today's broadcast.
And if you're interested in more launch coverage just like this,
Hopefully we get a better landing view.
SpaceX.com/launches for the most up-to-date information.
All right, I will take us out. Hey, congrats, Jake and Amanda. You guys did amazing. Great job. All right, today we launched the world's biggest rocket. Thank you to everybody tuning in.
I didn't realize how behind I was. Just a little behind.
Flight. So, we'll see you then. Good night.
Good night. What was that, bro?
All right. For everybody tuning in, Starship. So, we'll see you then. Good night.
I gotta take a picture of this too.
Shower.
Okay. I missed it. I know.
For the very first flight of our next generation Starship. So, we'll see you then. Good night.
Oh well, who cares?